My name is Hannah, and I got a personal mythology reading from Alicen, and I can say without a doubt that it is like nothing I've ever experienced before. So I am the kind of person that's done every single self-analysis, spiritual personality type thing that's available, and whenever I find a new one, I usually will do it. So human design, astrology, numerology, psychic readings, Akashic records, all of these different tools for me to help me understand myself have all been helpful in their own ways, but there's a huge difference between all of those other things and what Alicen did with this report. The best way I can describe it is all of those other things feel like a glimpse. They feel like they open a window temporarily for me to see an aspect of myself more clearly, but it's just that one aspect. It's just the analysis of it versus, and then I have to process it all mentally and make it make sense myself, versus the report that Alicen created, the personal mythology report. It completely bypassed my mind. I read it with my eyes, but it landed in my heart immediately, and it wasn't an aspect. Throughout the report, she touched on different aspects, but the entirety was woven together into one big piece, and it allowed me to make real meaning out of quite literally everything that I've been through. Good things, bad things, things that seemed unimportant, random details. She is a master at weaving that all together into something that was able to remind me of my power, remind me of my natural gifts, remind me of what I'm here to do on a soul level. And there were so many different takeaways for me. I actually had to pause reading this report that was like 30 plus pages long. It was very extensive, very complete. I felt very cared for with how much effort and time was put into this project by her. And when I read it, I had to pause probably 10 different times to cry or to laugh or having gratitude just radiate through my body because it was hitting me on a soul level. There's a huge difference in how it feels in my body to be analyzed versus to be seen and recognized on a soul level. And that's what she does with this report. One of my favorite breakthroughs, though, there were so many, so it's hard to pick, but one of my favorite ones is work related for me. I've had a long-standing pattern of struggling with consistency and follow through and like really creating structure around all the things that I want to create. And so I get these short bursts of inspiration, but there's no real containment around where to go. So part of Alicen's analysis and symbolic interpretation of my name, along with everything else in my life, it really made it clear to me that I do have that natural capacity. It is part of my blueprint for me to build something, but I am a pillar in that building. I'm not the whole entire foundation. And so it opened my eyes and finally made me willing to get help with some things. And just in the last 2 weeks, I have hired an assistant, and I have more momentum in my business and in my creations in the world than I have had in the last 7 years since I started my business. All because of this one insight from Alicen. So that is something that's a 3D thing. It's helping me with my work, but there were other things, so many parts that brought up past life memories or helped me to come to a deeper level of acceptance and healing, like deep integrated healing that doesn't ever need to be thought about again, with past traumas and family dynamics, and just so many things brought to completion, giving me a sense of peace about everything that I've been through and a sense of meaning, that it all had value. Not just as an idea, not just a spiritual concept that everything happens for a reason or there's always a bright side, but a real felt sense of, wow, my life actually matters. Every single part of it has actually mattered and has contributed to what I'm here to offer the world. So the depth of empowerment that came from this report is it's beyond what I can put into words. It's something you just need to experience for yourself. And so if you are somebody that likes to understand yourself, and especially if there's things from your past that you haven't been able to fully make peace with, this is the best thing that you could do for yourself. Highly recommend it.